Today's MTG box analysis will be for the March 17th opening of a Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Draft Booster Box. In today's analysis, we're going to take a look at the set distribution of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty and compare that to the cards that we saw in this box. Then we'll take a look at set coverage, coverage by rarity, as well as duplication. Then from a value perspective, we'll take a look at the value of the cards that we could have seen inside of this Draft Booster Box and break down the actual observed value. Then we'll close it out with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box plus at least 90 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's get things started by taking a look at the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty set and establish what was possible to see inside of a draft booster pack. The set contains a total of 505 cards. There is one card that has never been offered in any pack of Neon Dynasty, and that is the yellow Neon Ink Hitagatsu Devouring Chaos. This card was exclusive to WPN premium shops as a promo card. The red, blue, and green neon inks are all exclusive to collector booster packs, as are all foil etched and extended art cards. Therefore, we were only eligible to see cards numbered 1 through 416 of the set inside draft booster packs. Now let's take a look at all of the cards that we saw in this box and compare that to the cards we were eligible to pull. This chart shows the foils that we saw in orange, the non-foils in green, and the cards we were eligible to see in the draft booster pack in gray. In the non-foil space, we saw a variance of 8 cards between the primary colors of Magic, with blue having 74 and black and red each having 82. We also saw 5 of the standard frame basic lands and 13 of the Japanese full art basic lands. And while we saw 19 showcase cards, we did not see any borderless or Phyrexian text cards in these 36 packs. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 269 unique cards out of a possible 416, allowing us to see 65% of the cards we were eligible to pull. Excluding basic lands, our highest coverage was in white, seeing 91% of the cards. And also of note, we did see every single one of the Japanese full art basic lands in this box. In the foil space, we were a little light, only seeing 10 foils in 36 packs, giving us 2% coverage of the cards that we were eligible to pull. Again, our highest coverage was in white with 9%. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw 95% of the commons and 88% of the uncommons that we were eligible to pull. We also saw 31 rares for 26% coverage and 5 mythics for 12% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 3% of the commons, 3% of the uncommons, and 2 rares for 2% coverage. In total, this box contained 33 rares and 5 mythics in 36 packs. Being a draft booster box, duplication was expected going in. Thankfully, none of the foils that we saw were repeated. However, 148 of our non-foils were duplicated 261 times. Now, during the box opening, I predicted we'd be somewhere around 40% from a duplication perspective. We ended up being right at 48%, so I'd say that was pretty close. Also in this box, we saw 16 play sets of common cards with 6 copies of Lethal Exploits. Before we take a look at the value that we saw in this box, let's baseline with a look at the market value of the set as of March 15th, 2023. This chart shows all 416 cards from the main set that we can pull out of a draft booster pack, broken down by category and dollar ranges using non-foil pricing. Currently, the set features 18 cards valued over $10, 12 cards valued between $5 and $10, 52 cards valued between $1 and $5, but the remaining 334 cards are valued under $1. Now, if you were to add up the value of all 416 cards, you'd be looking at a combined market value of $659.19. And now let's take a look at the value that we saw in this box, starting off in the non-foil space. Of the 18 cards valued over $10, we saw 5 of them in this box. And what's even more interesting is that we saw 5 of the 6 that are available in standard frame, meaning not showcase or borderless. The only card that we missed was the Jin Gitaxias, which also happens to be the lowest value of the 6. We didn't see any cards valued between $5 and $10, but that's okay because we got all the big hits. We did see 25 cards valued between $1 and $5, with about half of those being the Japanese alternate art basic lands, and the remaining 500 non-foils in the box were valued less than $1. In the foil space, we didn't see much of anything. Our most valuable card was the one Japanese alternate art land that we saw, and that was the Full Art Mountain, valued at $2.51. The other 9 foils in the box were valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, the current market price for this box is $97.87 as of March 15th, 2023. Today's draft booster box contained 36 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see 540 total cards. The 33 tokens that we saw are valued at $4.98, giving them an average value of 15 cents per card. The 19 basic lands, including 13 Japanese alternate art, are currently valued at $27.56. The 355 commons are valued at $21.11, and the 128 uncommons that we saw are valued at $15.21. Now, the 33 rares that we saw are valued at $107.37, which is more than the value of the box. And finally, those 5 mythics are valued at a respectable $29.20. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $206.43, which is $108.56 over the market price of the box and equates to a return of 211%. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 12 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined market value of $132.85, which represents 64% of the total value in the box. A big thank you to Paul H., member of the channel, who sponsored this box, as well as 4 others on the channel recently. If you'd like to sponsor a box, simply reach out to me at mtgboxanalysis@gmail.com or join the channel at mtgboxanalysis.com. I really hope you've enjoyed this look at a truly remarkable draft box experience. Until next time, do something amazing.